How you doing? N8623 here, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to download and install a Counter-Strike source dedicated server. Alright, and also how to get it running, because a lot of people are running into problems with that. Alright, now the first thing we need to do is download the HLDS update tool. Now I've posted a link in the description below. Go ahead and click that link and download HLDS update tool. Alright, now once it's downloaded, this is what you're gonna get. Alright, the HLDS update tool, and this is just a setup. Alright, you're gonna click on yes. Alright, and start it up. Now see, you're going to install Half-Life dedicated server update tool on your computer. Click next, click agree. Now one thing to note is you do not need a Steam account to run the server. Alright, you only need a Steam account and purchase Counter-Strike to actually play on your server. I already have both of those, so I'm not worried about it. But you don't need Steam to run a server at all. Alright, so don't download Steam if you're running this on a on a server machine. Alright, so next. Oh, let's go back. This is the destination folder. Now the default destination folder is going to say C, program files, x86 if you're running Windows 7, and then valve/HLR server, or HL server rather. So I changed mine to SRCDS, which is a custom folder that I created in my C drive. Alright, and this is just for this tutorial only. If you go with the default, then that's fine. Hit next. Alright, now you're ready to install. Hit next, and it'll install everything. Easy breezy and quick. Now the server is the region is where the server is located. Now you want to be accurate on this, because whenever people do the filter online, they're going to be looking for if they use these filters, this is what they're gonna the server's going to be filtering. Alright, hit next. Hit next, view readme. Alright, we're going to minimize that. Let's close that out and let's go to computer where we installed it. Alright, and here it is. Now the first thing we need to do is update the update tool. So we just click on it, it opens up a command prompt window, and it's going to go ahead and download, I think it's version 46 right now, of Steam HLDS update tool. Alright, so while that's doing that, let's minimize that, minimize this. Alright, we're going to click in the bottom left corner for Windows users, and in the search bar we're going to type in run, which will bring up our run window, and then we're going to type in CMD, which brings up our command prompt. Alright, now we're going to wait till our download is finished, which is, let me see. Alright, it should be, oh, wrong window. It's already finished. There should be a little Steam icon down there, but basically now that update is finished, you'll see HLDS update tool _46.mst. Alright, so now we know that it's finished and we need to move on. Alright, now in the command prompt window, like I said, you're going to change directories by typing in cd space and then the directory where the HLDS update tool is. Now what we're going to do is execute that HLDS update tool with some parameters. Alright, now that's why we need the readme. Alright, so I just like to click the readme over into this side over here. And it basically, we're going by the steps right here. Alright, now we're going to run the HLDS update tool with the update command. Alright, now here's what we're going to do. We're going to type in these this code right here. So I like to just copy, oops, make sure you only get that stuff right there, right? And we're gonna paste this right here. Now we're gonna delete some of this stuff all the way up to where it says game. Alright, now we're gonna look down here and it's gonna tell you what should go after game. So we got game right here, and then we got the different games that you want to install. And this is going to install the actual server files and the game files that you need to run the server. Now, since we're doing Counter-Strike Source, this whole thing right here is what we need. Alright, and including the parentheses. So I'm just going to copy and paste it. And as you can see, I made sure there was a space in between game and Counter-Strike Source. The next thing is I'm going to put a space. I'm going to put dir space, minus sign, which is, or dash, whatever you want to call it. Put dir space period. Alright. Now, once you do that, you're going to hit enter. Alright. Now, I'm not going to hit enter because I've already downloaded the game. So, we're going to go over here, and basically you're going to have everything that's in here just like how it looks right here. I'll maximize it. Let me close out this already because we don't need it anymore. And you're going to have all that except for this HLDS update tool shortcut, which is obviously created by me. So you don't need that right now. We're going to go over that later. Alright, now the two folders that have been downloaded and installed are going to be CSS and HL2. Go ahead and click open CSS. Alright, now your server is completely downloaded and it should be ready to play, except for there's a problem with the way that they coded this. So when you go to click on the actual server and you wait and wait and wait and wait and nothing will happen. Go to our task manager, right? And we go to our processes and we're gonna look through here. Alright, let's close this window so we can. Alright, and you'll see that nothing happened. Absolutely nothing. It's not even in our processes. Alright, so here's the problem, is that you have to specify what game you're going to start. So the way we do this is by creating a shortcut. Right click and create shortcut, and it'll create a shortcut. Alright, now I've already created a shortcut for this video, so, and I put it on my desktop. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up, I'm gonna right click and go to properties of this shortcut, and basically what we're doing is we're going to where it says target. Now my target is a little different because all my files are right here on my desktop, which you can do. You can move it there, but as long as you create the shortcut, you know, after you moved your files, or you know, as long as the shortcut points to the right place, the target is in the right place. Now what you're going to type in next is awesome. Alright, awesomeness. This is going to be how we start our server. Alright, now the first thing you want to type in is -console, and that'll bring up the command prompt to run your game. Now we have to type in -console because the newest updates left out some key textures for the UI, the GUI version, and it doesn't open. So we have to run it in console, which is okay because at least in console, you know, you can minimize it. It doesn't take up very much. It doesn't take up very much memory anyway. But we're going to type in console. The next thing we're going to type in is -game space C strike, and then the port number. The default port is going to be 27015. If you're running more than one server, obviously you can create different shortcuts to point to the same, or to point to the same file to run different or duplicate servers rather. Now if you're running a completely different server, like you want vanilla and then you want gun game, you have to copy and paste all the files into a different folder. So what I can do is just copy my valve, right, and then paste it here, right. Oops, you want to paste, not paste shortcut, but paste the whole thing. All right, and it'll move all the stuff over. I'm gonna cancel. All right, but now you can mess with that, and it can have a completely different server CFG, and you can even create a different shortcut with a different port number right here, and you can run multiple servers with gun game and all that other good stuff. All right, but as long as you change this port right here, mine is default port, right? And then I put dash auto update, which means that as soon as I start the server, it'll automatically update all the files to make sure everything's good. Alright, now if the update occurs while the server's already running, you have to just restart it. And since we already have auto update here in the target in our shortcut, it'll automatically update. Alright, now max players, you can set the put plus max players and set how many players you want. Alright, plus SV underscore LAN. 0 means that you're a dedicated server and it's an internet server. Alright, and if you put 1, it's only LAN, and only people in your local area network will be able to play the game. Now the next thing is plus map, and this is very important. Okay, this will tell what map you want first. Alright, now installing maps and all that good stuff, I can go over in a different video if you would like, but CS Office is what I use, and it's just my starting map. And if you don't put this plus map CS Office, once you start the server, you have to type in map CS Office and it'll start the server, but you'll have to do that every time you restart it. So I just put a starting map so that it automatically starts the server and opens up a map and begins the game. Alright, the next thing is dash master, which means that it will report to the Steam master list, and depending on how old your server is, how long the server is up, will depend on whether you get displayed on that list. You can't force Steam's arm there unless you pay them off, and I don't have enough money for that. So alright, the next thing is tick rate. Now the tick rate 33 is the default tick rate. 66 is a little bit better. I go with 100 tick rate because I have an awesome computer. So internet connection and your computer will have a lot of effect on how your server will run. Now once we've done this, right, we're gonna click OK, or apply, then OK. I'm sorry, don't click OK yet. Hit apply first and then hit OK, and then go ahead and click on that shortcut, click yes, and you have your server. Now I have Manny plugin, which is what all this other stuff is that you see here. This is all the Manny admin plugin, right? But once you do start the server, right, it will it will only show a few lines, and it'll just say connection to Steam server successful, public IP, and maybe some of this other stuff up here, like loaded your server.cfg if you have one. Now I'm not going to go over server CFGs and all that good stuff, but if one's not in there, it'll default to the Steam server CFG, which is just regular old Counter-Strike source. So the map cycles and all that stuff are going to be default map cycles and all the maps you downloaded. Alright, and there's a map cycle that you can go ahead and look at, and we'll look at that here in a second. Alright, now what do I have here? I have 66 frames per second, 0 of 32 on the map, and the map is CS Office. Now if you don't see map CS Office, that means you don't have a map running right now. Alright, sometimes it'll say connection to Steam server unsuccessful, or not successful, or couldn't connect there. It's okay, just let it go, and eventually it'll connect to Steam servers. It just depends on how your computer interacts with Steam. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my server for right now. Alright, now let's go to our install right here, install folder, and what we need to do is we need to look at the update tool that I ran, alright, or I created the shortcut for. Now this is, alright, if you want to update Counter-Strike whenever it becomes out of date,